Hello friends, welcome to another tutorial. I hope you're all well. I'm so glad you could join me today. This one's called New Day and it's a summer scene, and I really enjoyed doing this one. So let me first of all talk you through the materials that I used. First up, watercolour card, and I'm also using these Karataki paints, and I have them swatched out. As you can see, the first one is Malachite or Malachite, not sure, Horizon Blue. I'm using Cerulean Blue, Indigo, I think I also use turquoise, and we have cadmium orange, a couple of them, and lemon yellow, and those are mainly the colours that I'm using today. Rainforest and Nocturne in the VersaFine Clair, along with Warm Breeze and also Cheerful, which you can't really see there, for the stamping. I'm also using my pastel sticks, and you know I love these. These are really nice. I have a couple of pinks, a couple of oranges, a couple of blues, a sort of a mint colour, and a yellow. I've also got the putty eraser for those, and I'm using the Karataki Clean Colour Zig water-based markers and brush markers. A couple of pinks, couple of oranges, a sort of dark yellow, same tones. Similarly for the Posca pens, we've got red, orange and pink. And we have fruit sorbet in our stickles for sparkle. We have the usual pens. We've got Stabilo all black pencil, a fine black liner, a gold sparkle, a yellow and white gel pens. A couple of brushes, the large one and a brush to do the masking fluid. In terms of tools, we've got the circle template for the sun and a ruler. And then moving on to the stamps that we use for the project. I'm starting off with a fairy orchid set and a single fairy orchid, also ducks, one from the willow set and the large meadow grass. So if you want to convert all of that into something that looks a little like this, and it is a lovely sunrise scene for today, just keep on watching. Now I'm starting off with a 6.5 by 8.5 piece of watercolour card, and all I'm doing is I'm going to mark in a small circle. It's just below the centre of the page, and it's more or less in the middle, although it might be to the right hand side. And I'm just taking the masking fluid and I'm going to fill the circle in and wait for it to dry. Now I'm taking a ruler and I'm marking off very lightly with a pencil a centre line, and that is really to help me with the colours. Everything above the line will be pale, and then it's sort of reds and pinks and oranges below the line. I'm going to take these lovely water colours, which are a combination between watercolour and gouache, which means they're a little more creamy and go on a bit thicker than the normal watercolours. So this is the second time I've used them. I'm going to take a couple of colours in the centre there, that blue and that sort of turquoisey colour, and I'm mixing them together and very badly on each other, which you shouldn't do, but I will clean it afterwards. And really I'm going to build up, I want the centre to be like a minty turquoisey colour, because the main colours in the scene are going to be blues, turquoises and oranges, because they go really well together. And as usual, this is a first layer, so it doesn't matter if it looks a little bit rough. It does look a bit rough around the edges when I finish this layer, but it's to give us a base to build upon, and we'll be using the pastel sticks to enhance the background once it's been completed. So sit back and enjoy, and I hope you can pick up some of the techniques and apply them to your own work. Now at this point I'm just taking a piece of kitchen towel and I'm dabbing out some of the colour in the foreground, because I know that's where the large flowers are going to be stamped. I don't want it to be too strong. And it's now dry, and I will be taking away the masking gum and also the pencil lines. So now we have our first layer complete, and next up is the Tolson Dior pastel, so extra soft pastel sticks, and these are beautifully pigmented and very easy to blend with your fingers. I do use these a lot. I'm very fond of them. I think they're wonderful. And for those of you who aren't aware, I've curated my favourite art supplies into a couple of Amazon storefronts, one for the US and one for UK customers. And if you support my channel and use the links, I get a small commission. So I'd be delighted if you would do that. And the links are in the description box below. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding some clouds, and I'm literally using circular motions, adding a thin layer, and then with my finger I'm just going round and round and blending it in, and you'll see that I'll continue to build it up using all the different colours and just mixing it in together until I'm happy with it.
I've seen all that you know, but I believe in something untold, and I gotta know if I'm going insane. There's life in the wind, and it's calling my name. It's magic. something fantastic wants to be known, and all that you gotta do is be willing to look for it. It's magic, alive in my bones. I've dreamed of infinite things, and reality seems so limiting. The wonder and mystery's calling me. I can't escape. 'Cause what if the song in my soul wants me to know that it's magic? Wouldn't you know? There's something fantastic wants to be known, and all that you gotta do is be willing to look for it. It's magic, alive in my bones. Somehow, somewhere, somehow, somewhere, somehow, somewhere, somehow, somewhere, we gotta believe.
So as you can see, it's been mounted onto a black and very pale teal card to give it a frame, and I'm just trying to show you that I've added some white gel pen to the edges of some of the little flowers because I thought they would be lit up by the sun, and I've also added some extra stamping of the willow at the bottom just to make that a bit denser. I would love it if you would consider subscribing, sharing, hit the like button and leave me a comment. Thank you so much for your support, and of course take good care of yourselves, and most of all, get creating, be brave and enjoy the adventure.